Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Robbie with me. We've just lost to Brighton 3-0 here at the Emirates. I heard you do your fan cam today, speaking to the fans, saying I was quite shocked. The home performances though, Robbie. We've been going back and forth about this. It's been terrible this season, leaking goals.
Yeah, but we lost 3-0 at home. You know what I mean? Didn't score, and I was really disappointed with that performance today. Even though coming to the game we were flat, I have to admit, even as fans, I felt a bit flat after that game, the Everton game. I thought that if City were going to drop, me and Lee said it. We was doing a show during the week. We said if Arsenal to win the league, they have to drop points this week, and I feel that if there's going to be a game they'll drop points, it will be that game.
Yeah.
Everton in between playing Real Madrid, this could be the moment. And the way Everton got turned over, you got to hand it to City. Like some of these guys said, it's their squad depth. They can bring, Foden. Yeah. They left out De Bruyne, Grealish, right? They'd be able to bring on Foden, Gundogan, Mahrez. You know what I mean? That's the sort of squad depth that they've got. You know what I mean? They left out John Stones. They're bringing in Laporte. Alvarez. They bring off. They're bringing Alvarez. They can bring off Haaland, who scored 50 odd goals this season. Bring him off early. You know what I mean? So that's what we're up against. That's what, they're a machine right now, right? And we are just not at that level. Having said that, the performance that we put in today was terrible. Absolutely terrible. The first half, we just stood off Brighton for most of it and just let them play. Almost like we were scared of them. Almost like because we know that Brighton are that, they come with that reputation as they play out from the back. Press them. Every time we really stepped on them, they made mistakes and we nearly scored, or we nearly, we won the ball back. But far too much we were just standing off them, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, we are just sort of sitting here and we're going to concede at some stage, right? We're going to concede out of the blue, and then this is going to be a hard game to win because they're well organised. And then the goal that we conceded, absolutely shocking. What's Kivior doing? You know what I mean? I know he might.
There's an image floating around that he got his ankle trodden on.
Yeah, I think he did, but he just went down. You can't just go down.
But all the other players stopped as well. It's not even just about him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone stopped.
It's like school football.
Yeah. Everybody stopped, and I'm like, what are you stopping for?
Yeah.
And I knew you weren't offside because I could see that there was players. Why is everyone stopping?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
Absolutely terrible defending, and then the defending for the other two goals was shocking as well. And we handed them the game, and that was let's not get away from the fact that. That was a very, very poor performance today. And if you're going to win leagues, you can't be putting in performances like that. Southampton, there's been a few of them at home in particular where, and I guess then with the crowd so flat today, and that guy said it, I agree with what that earlier guy said as well. Fans leaving on 82 minutes. Sorry, man. Stick with the team, man. They've been good this season. This team this season, well, you would have left.
I wouldn't have left, but I'm saying I understand.
You sound like you would have left.
I pulled a face because when there's a performance like that, you can say the whole season, but
you judge a thing. Like that. You judge it on what you've been seeing all season, right? And you're gonna have sometimes some bad performances, but you stay till the end. You stay till the end, yeah. Last week we stayed till the end, didn't we? Me and you were there.
Yep.
At Newcastle, brilliant performance. No one left early then, did they? They got about 8-hour drive home. What's people leaving early for now? Listen, stick with the team, salute the team. They've had a good season. It's not like seasons gone by where we've seen 10 of those performances, right? Stick with the team. Yes, it's been a horrible show. Yes, I'm angry at that performance. I think even some people have come on and let them off the hook a bit. Because I'm quite very disappointed with that performance because it was just below standard. Every player on that pitch was poor. Every player tried to take too many touches. Players were in, like Jesus one time's in, tries another touch. Trossard guilty of that. Xhaka guilty of that. Every single one of them overplaying. I don't know, they were just
What performance are you related
off
to,
colour.
Robbie?
But,
what performance are you related to?
Last week, what an unbelievable performance. You know what I mean? So this is the thing, it's got to be consistent if you're going to win leagues.
Yeah, what performance would you relate that one to today, Robbie? Like the Newcastle last year, the Man City away this year, because I felt like Brighton just came into the meet.
It wasn't as bad as it wasn't as bad as the Newcastle one last year. I mean, that one we just gave up. But what I felt today was just we were just poor. The goals are self-inflicted, and we just didn't have that intensity or energy that I would expect. Playing at home, last two home games to go. I I was very surprised at the performance, but as I'm saying, stick with the team. They've been good this season. They're second in the league to a machine that's got a guy that scored 51 goals. That's what they've added this season. A guy that scored 51 goals.
More prime goals than Chelsea.
Right? It's very difficult. And as I said, the squad that they've got. But
Manager or players today, Robbie? Manager or
both. I think more the players. I think more the players because I think they've let him down. You know what I mean? The first half performance was poor. The second half performance was worse.
Even worse, yeah.
Right? I think they've let him down. I really do. You know what I mean? It's only when Reece Nelson come on, he brought a little bit of energy to proceedings, but it was so flat, and I just can't get my head around it after seeing that excellent performance last week, full of aggression, passion, energy.
Contrast.
And then to see that today, right, it's unbelievable performance.
You're going to give credit to obviously Brighton and deserve it because they tactically
give them lots and lots of credit. You know what I mean? They're a very good side. You know what I mean? That's how they've been playing all season. You know, Caicedo played very well, but I think he wasn't even playing in midfield. He was playing at right back.
Yeah.
But we allowed them to play like that. You know what I mean? A couple of times we pressed the keeper. He made an error. Nearly led to something, but then we just let him. The next time we just let him take his time, pass out from the back, tighten, no pressing, no. Well, like we're scared.
Yeah,
that was like we played scared football today, and I didn't like it. I didn't like what I saw, and that's what I've seen in years gone by. But credit to Brighton, they're a very, very good side, and I hope that they can get into the European places because they deserve it. You know what I mean? And their manager is a very, very good manager. He's got them really well organised. And the way they play out and that is very brave football. I mean, there was one time in the first half where they literally nearly gave the ball away to just by a fraction got through, but then they went up the other end and forced a save from Ramsdale. So it's a risk and reward style, which we kind of play as well, but we didn't play it today.
Yeah.
Like we were scared of them.
Do we miss the players that usually are there? The Zinchenko's, the Partey starting or not?
I think Zinchenko, you can see why he always likes to play Zinchenko in there, you know what I mean? Because that sort of extra man in midfield, we didn't have that today with Tierney. He stays out pretty wide. So yeah, we did miss Zinchenko today, but it's not an excuse. I still feel that the players on the pitch should have done better. You know what I mean? We've got to do better than what I saw there today. And basically, we've gone out. Listen, City were always going to win it, right, after the past few performances. Yeah. But we've gone out with a bit of a whimper. I wanted us to win the last 3 games, get 90 points, take it right to the end, let them win it on the last day, but it's not to be.
Let me end with, I'm going to ask, I think, everyone here that when I get to speak to the rest of the fans this, Robbie, we want to hear from you just a message, because it's done now. For you agree it's done. So just a message to, anyone that's going to be watching this, obviously, Gary Neville was talking about champagne on ice and all that, and now you got to front up here. It's not been a good performance today, but the team have come so far. Is this a natural progression? I know it's not first, it's second, but there's still Champions League football next season.
One thing I have to say to Gary Neville, right, is that when one of the things he said, which has come true, is he said that City, they're just a machine. He goes, they're just a machine, and he did say they can go on like a 14, 15 game winning run, which you just don't see that from any other team across Europe, and they've done it. You know what I mean? So he was spot on with that, and I have to admit that he got that spot on. But what I would say is that every Arsenal fan should be very proud of this team and what they've done this season, right? Nobody thought that Arsenal this season would be challenging for the league. I didn't. I thought, if anything, we've got a good chance of maybe getting into the top 4. We just missed out on it last season, got a good chance. But most people, when they did their predictions at the start of the season, right, we weren't even in it. We weren't in there for. We were like, oh, Arsenal will get Europa League. They're putting Tottenham out ahead of us. Yeah. The audacity, you know what I mean? Right? So, so this has been an unbelievable season by Arsenal. We have to take our hat off and say we've been beaten by the better team. They beat us home and away, right? Man City. They are the best team in the league, right? When we were there watching them at the Etihad, you just had to hold your hat up and say, they are the best team in the league. We're the second best team in the league. So let's be proud of this team and all the achievements they've done this season. The task is now, what do we do to close the gap? Can that gap be closed. Now they got Haaland, right? But what do we do to close that gap for next season so we can push them all the way? And what lessons do we learn from this season? The result against Liverpool, the result against West Ham, the one against Southampton. Those three that removed away the sort of buffer that we had, right? How do we learn from those errors? So that Everton as well, you know what I mean? You look at some of the teams we've lost to, we shouldn't be losing to those teams. So how do we bridge that gap between us and them? But for this season, I am so proud of this team. I'm just disappointed that we haven't taken it at least to the last. I think with what we've done this season, we at least deserve to take it all the way, but it's not to be. And well done to the team, to the players, you know what I mean? And we come back again next year. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.